Hello everybody, Jake, your resident content cowboy here, Yeehaw, and I am here to give you the 9 best Pokemon for Season 9. Did I get the fingers right? Let's start off with one of the best Pokemon ever, Dodrio's 3 hats. What's going on? Why does it have 3 hats? Why is no one talking about this? What is happening with these hats? Hey boss, are you doing okay? I've never been doing better. I see through all the lies. Okay, cool. Now, on to the 9 Pokemon, plus a few extras. Look, if you thought I was only going to give you 9, I lied about that. Let's do this thing. Coming in at number 9, Venusaur. I feel like Venusaur does not get a lot of love recently, but this is a great Pokemon. Run it with a Focus Band Energy Amplifier, and lately I've been a huge fan of the Rapid Fire Scarf because early it's just so amazing. Giga Drain and Petal Dance is the build for this Pokemon. It's kind of a one-man army, and as soon as you get your level 7, you are really difficult for the enemy to deal with. You hit that Petal Dance, Giga Drain combo, and you just start recovering all your health, creating a really nice shield for yourself from damage, I should say. It's not an actual shield, it's just a damage resistance that you get when you hit Giga Drain, and Venusaur is a force to be reckoned with. Now, not to mention that, if you do hit them with that energy amplifier that I mentioned a little earlier, you do a ton of damage after you use your Unite. You kind of become this super crazy hyper carry that the enemy has to deal with, and you get your Unite move back really, really fast. I've got a boost emblem set up on my channel in my recent boost emblem video. I didn't want this list to only be carry Pokemon, so I had to bring the most carry defender onto this here. Number 8 is Mammo Swine. I freaking love this Pokemon. It's so good in lane early. It does so much damage. You can run a build like this, which I've been loving, by the way. It's just crazy amounts of freezes early with your Muscle Band and your Rapid Fire Scarf. You're just so incredibly mean. If you like, you can stack an attack weight on this Pokemon. Even Aeos Cookie is not bad on this Pokemon, and you could use a weakness policy if you'd like. There are a few different ways to build Mammo, but in general, I just think Mammo Swine is the kind of defender that every single team loves to have. If you want to be everyone's favorite player, get good with a defender or supporter, and specifically Mammo Swine. So freaking good right now. It is amazing. This is the time to play the Swine. Number 7, a Pokemon I absolutely love right now, Eldergos, the Murder Goss, using both the Rapid Fire Scarf, Muscle Band, and Focus Band that we just saw before on Mammo Swine. The attack speed that you get on this makes you so incredibly formidable early in lane. The build is going to be Cotton Guard and Cotton Spore? Hold on. The build is going to be Cotton Guard and Pollen Puff. See, I knew I could get it. I knew I could get it eventually. I forgot the name of Pollen Puff because I'm dumb. That combination is really amazing right now. You're getting insane amounts of damage. You're slowing the enemy. You're doing a ton with your auto attacks all the time. And then at the same time, you're healing yourself. You're healing your allies. You're giving everyone shields. This Eldergos build is amazing. I freaking love it. Well, I couldn't have a video like this without Dodrio and its 3 hats. Coming in at number 6, which is twice the amount of 3. Does it actually have 6 hats? Coming in at number 6 is Dodrio. I think there are a couple different ways you can play this Pokemon. Currently, I think the strongest is a combination of either Agility, Jump Kick, and then Tri-Attack. I think Drill Peck is very good, but it's a little more situational than Tri-Attack. Tri-Attack gives you insane amounts of mobility, and it's pretty good against any composition, while Drill Peck has some specific enemy comps that it's really, really excellent for. I personally still prefer Tri-Attack. Right now, I would be running the attack weight, Razor Claw, and Cookie. The reason you run a Cookie on this build is Tri-Attack actually helps you heal based off your max HP. So this is just so amazing. It's almost like I'm eating it. I felt like, oh, Dodrio, I love, oh, that Aeos Cookie, I can taste it. I freaking love this build. It's so good. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I feel like I'm pretty cracked on this Pokemon, so I'm a bit of an expert when it comes to this specific Mon, and I'm telling you, this build is insane for this Pokemon. Thank me later. No, thank me now. Thank me in the comments right now. Number 5 is Tyranitar. I mean, come on. Tyranitar is just amazing right now. There are like 5 different builds that are great for this Pokemon. It really is up to personal preference of how you like to play this. Right now, I really love Razor Claw on a lot of my melee Pokemon, especially ones like Tyranitar where I want to get in with something like Ancient Power or Sand Tomb and then just set the enemy up to not be able to get away as easily. I've been running a bunch of different things on this. Float Stone, Energy Amp at times, Rapid Fire Scarf, Muscle Band. I think 2 items that feel like definites for me are the Weakness Policy and Focus Band. Unless you're running an attack weight, maybe you could switch that up a little bit. But Focus Band is just so good. It pairs with your passive where you get all this damage reduction, and then on top of that, you get the healing. It feels like your Focus Band is always going to come into play here with Tyranitar. And this Pokemon is just unbelievable. As soon as you get level 9, you're one of the most difficult Pokemon in the game to deal with, so it's no surprise that you see it here on this list. Number 4, everyone's favorite fox, Star Fox. I'm sorry, Delphox. Delphox is the Pokemon I'm talking about. There are a few ways to build this Pokemon too. Lately, I've actually been really loving having multiple ways that your Unite move helps you, so having a Buddy Barrier and an Energy Amp. Outside of that, as far as the Shell Bell, you could switch this with a lot of things. You could do Choice Specs, you could drop the Buddy and use Wise Glasses. In general, I think with Delphox having a Unite move, kind of like literally every feels like 30 seconds once you get it. I feel like having 2 items that really benefit from that is pretty amazing on this Pokemon. So lately I've really been enjoying this right here. Little extra cooldown from the Shell Bell and a little extra cooldown from the Energy Amp as well. It just feels like a really solid build on Delphox. The play is Mystical Fire, Flame Charge. The resets, the movement, it's insane. Like the best mage in the game. So incredibly good. I freaking love Delphox, and yeah, it's my number 4. Our number 3 is Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime is so freaking good. I think you can play it Barrier, Confusion, you can Power Swap Confusion, even Psychic still has its uses. Lately, I've been loving an Energy Amp on this Pokemon as well as stacking items. I think you do a shocking amount of damage with your Unite move. You also get it back a little bit faster. And then if you are able to stack up with Mime, which is one of the easiest Pokemon in the game to stack up with, your damage is out of control. Mime might not be completely broken and overpowered anymore, but it's still one of the best tanks in the game while outputting insane amounts of damage, stunning the enemy, and having a Unite move that at times just feels absolutely unfair. Mr. Mime is without question one of the best Pokemon in the game. The number 2 Pokemon in Unite right now is not Scyther. Scyther, I would say, is an honorable mention. It should definitely make a list. It's a really good Pokemon, but I'm talking about Scyther, and the game has no way of me seeing Scyther, so there's Scyther. Look at Scyther. Hi, Scyther. Scyther, I feel like, has a few different item sets that are pretty good. Lately, I've been enjoying either stacking with this Pokemon, so running Energy Amp, Razor Claw, and then an attack weight, or if I don't feel like stacking in that match, which is pretty rare for me, but if I don't feel like stacking, I've been loving having a Float Stone on this Pokemon. You make it to any area of the map you need to very fast, and Float Stone actually gives you a solid amount of attack, so if you don't like stacking, this feels like it gives you a ton of extra benefits. Scyther is truly broken right now. Sorry, I couldn't say that word. It's like it was broken or something. Scyther is broken right now. This Pokemon is so insanely good. The damage output from it's unbelievable. You would be running dual Wing Beat Swords Dance. I kind of like double hit, but I feel like the extra damage you get from Swords Dance is just so incredibly big. And then with that Energy Amp, you get to use your Unite move on the enemy Decidueye every time you see him. It's really mean. Our number 1 Pokemon, are you surprised? It's Urshifu. The single strike build is insane. Again, this is another Pokemon that has a few different build options. If you don't like stacking, throw a Weakness Policy on here. Muscle Band, also very good for this Pokemon. Right now, this Pokemon is completely unfair in so many ways. The secures you can get with it, the damage the move does, the damage reduction you get when you're charging up your Wicked Blow. This is really one of the most overpowered Pokemon in the game currently, and even if you're playing alone, there are just so many situations where you're able to take an objective with a last hit that no one can even really stop you from doing because of your insane amounts of damage reduction and the crazy amount of damage you do with your Wicked Blow. Urshifu is nuts. Just a nuts Pokemon. Expect this to get nerfed very soon. Maybe the water build will actually get a tiny little buff. It feels like it's kind of on the cusp of actually being pretty good, but this build's gonna get some big time nerfs. My number one Pokemon in the game right now is Urshifu. And now before we go, I'm gonna hit you with some honorable mentions. Icy Wind Glaceon, I think, is doing really well in the game right now, and for some reason, kind of just dropped out of everyone's memory. It's still really amazing, and I don't think much has changed on it. That Pokemon is incredible. Also, of course, the attack damage carries are all doing pretty well, each one of them looking really solid. Cinderace, Greninja, Duraludon, Dragapult, and to a lesser extent Decidueye. I probably wouldn't recommend Decidueye, but all the other attack damage carries are all pretty solid. They all have different ways of playing, but I don't think any of them are bad. If you like that play style, if you like pressing A and trying to chip things away at your enemies, having a secure move or two on there as well, I think each one of those Pokemon are great in their own way. I also don't think it would be fair to not mention Sableye, but I hate Sableye. It's so horrible. I hate seeing it all the time. Don't play Sableye. That being said, Sableye is very good. It's like really good. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. More cool stuff coming soon. I'm gonna have builds for every single Pokemon in the game up, hopefully this week. So I hope you enjoy that, kind of similar to my boost emblem list. Let me know other cool things you would like to see in the comments, and I will see you all shortly. Shortly? Whoa. I didn't end that the way I wanted, but it is what it is. All right, love you. Bye.